Well, I'm going to open with what I always close with. Praise the Lord and go Dogs. This is a tremendous day for us in women's basketball. I'm so happy for my seniors, for Martha. Just can't say enough about them and what they've meant to our program, and to be able to send them out today with a victory in front of the largest crowd in the history of the school, I think is very warranted and deserved. To win 26 games in a season is really incredible, y'all, in a regular season. And you know, Ole Miss is really, really playing well. You got to take your hat off to them. They played extremely hard today, and I knew it wasn't going to be another 16-point second half. We were fortunate enough and did a really good job the first half, but they came out the second half punching, which we knew they would. Again, you got to tip your hat to them and their effort, especially down the stretch here late. They played with a lot of no fear, and so we knew it was going to be a dogfight. We knew it was going to be a battle, and we got down 9-0 again. But we answered that. You know, it was 9. I think they had 9 before the first media. They scored 7 points the rest of the first half. I'd say that's probably one of the biggest keys to the game, was our ability to kind of settle in, so to speak. We talk about just settling in and being able to deal with them a little bit defensively. Offensively, again, it was another game where we kind of struggled at times. We go through stretches where we have a hard time scoring. But again, you got to give them credit. But I thought Martha, even at halftime, she was 1 for 4, I think. But she was a monster. She had 7 rebounds, blocked shots, altered shots, really affected the game. And so I told her at half, hey, I know you're not scoring a lot, but boy, you really affected the game. She was 4 out of 4 from the free throw line. Ended up 5 out of 5 out there, had 13 and 9. And so obviously it went down to the wire. They didn't lay down and quit, which you know they're not. You know, we get a rebound up 11. You can't secure it. Next thing you know, it's 8. And we can't do anything easy, can we? And it's part of it. We kind of went to Victoria down the stretch. She made a couple of great passes, made a bunch of free throws down the stretch, and you know, I know that for some of y'all haven't seen her, but she do that a lot, and that's because her coach wouldn't let her in high school, but she's learning to do that for us now. And she made a couple of really good unselfish plays this afternoon when a game was on the line. And you know, she's got to do a little bit of everything for us besides just scoring. And I stayed on her today about defending a little bit, and she's learning, she's getting it. And but we really went to her down the stretch, and I thought she delivered, whether it was making shots, making a pass, or making the free throws. And she's really just, again, she's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm saying that about her as a freshman, and I'm saying that about her as a senior. Her best basketball is way in front of her. And as good as she's been for us, I say that all the time about Martha, and I really believe that. She's going to have a great career, you know, past this. So proud to be a Bulldog, proud to be the head coach today. Again, heck of a basketball game. So proud of my fans. 7,300 plus. What a great atmosphere, and just a tremendous game. And I don't think anybody walked out of there, except probably the 100 down there in yellow, that were very disappointed.
Martha, you've played in front of a handful of fans in your first couple of years, and now the largest crowd in school history. Just talk about the progression that you've seen this program come from the last 3 or 4 years.
We literally started from the bottom to the top. When I first got here, there were maybe a couple of hundreds in the stands, and it was kind of hard because you had to get yourself going, just because like the crowd really wasn't that loud. But like as we started doing better throughout the seasons that I've been here, the crowd kept multiplying, and with that, like they're loud all the time. They cheer us on. Even when we're doing bad stuff, they help us through like tough times. So the crowd's amazing, and they played a huge part in today's win.
Martha, do you think this is the final time you play here, or you think you maybe host in the NCAA?
Definitely not. I think that we'll host in the NCAA tournament.
Coach, in the first half, once you guys got back even at 9, what do you think that you guys did defensively to help hold them to that 7 points in that final 15-odd minutes?
Look, we've been through their stuff enough, and it's, you know, it's not real complicated, but it's good for what they do. It's really good, and I take my hat off to them for what they do. But we've been through it enough. We know what's coming down the pipe, and I just think our kids settled in, got comfortable on that end of the floor. To be honest with you, and again, I thought Martha was great. She altered shots, she blocked shots. Her presence was felt on the floor. I mean, their post players went 6 for 24 today. They're 4-5, and so I couldn't be more pleased with her. I know she, you know, she's been complaining she's playing too many minutes and playing, you know, needs to come out and have a break. And you know, it's funny today. She's got the whole town of Minnesota, her whole town and family from everywhere that's here. Not one time did she ask me to come out. And so now I can use that in the next game when she's doing this, going, no, just pretend like your family's here. You know, because the bottom line is, the last time her family was around, she had 25 and 15 at North Dakota State and carried us to a victory that night. So once I saw them and I knew that they made it to the game today, I finally had a little peace and knew that we were going to be okay, because I knew Martha was going to have a heck of a day.
Martha, you get double and triple team as you do a lot here lately. How do you combat that? How do you try to?
I think I'm really, really bad about handling the double team. Like, not even just this game, like the Alabama game. I think I got double team every single time I got the ball, and I kept turning the ball over. So I need to do a better job of not panicking when the ball's in there and there's like multiple hands in your face, and you do a better job of kicking the ball out to the open.
Victoria, there's a phrase that coach uses sometimes, dying on the vine. I don't know if you were actually dying on the vine, but second half you're up 8, you get the ball in front of the bench, up 4. Now, and I'm going to say that you probably kept your foot on the floor. You drove and dished the Katera for a layup. Hopefully you remember that play?
I remember.
Okay, good. There you go. Then I can ask a question. But can you take us through that play and what you were thinking to tempt him with a really good up fake and then drive and dish?
Well, coach told me to drive because we was in the bonus and the girl was going to guard me, so either attack and dish or attack and shoot. So I seen if I went up, they would go up, and Katera was down there by herself, so I just dished it.
In November and December, what's the likelihood that shot goes up for a 3-pointer in front of your bench?
Would you have done that in November, December? Would you have shot it, or would you have done what you did today, put it on the floor?
It depends on who was playing.
This is my life.
Coach, I don't know if you think that's a sign of your program's growth, but do you think it's a sign of your program?
No question. I mean, I think that's growth with her. You know, again, you're talking about a kid that's taken every big shot in her career. You know, it's, you know, because of what she had to do, the way Chad coached her in high school, this kid's been through it and to it. So there's not anything she's going to be uncomfortable doing for me. She might be uncomfortable defending for me because I want her to play harder on that end, but offensively, look, the kid's been a part of every big shot, 2, 3 people hanging on her. So I don't hesitate to call her number. And down the stretch today, it's calling her number. I'm calling the number of a freshman to go get us a bucket, a foul, get to the free throw line. But again, that's because I know she can do it. And she's been there and she's comfortable doing it. She's done it so many times in her high school career, and now she's doing it for us. And we've gone to her, you know, a lot, obviously. We went to her when the A&M game. So, and I think she's comfortable doing that. I think she likes being in that element. You know, Martha's had to do it so long here, and we finally got her some help where, you know, we've got Morgan. You know, we've called her number. And so I just think that that's where we are right now, you know, in our program. And I certainly think that's a part of growing as a program. But it comes down to recruiting. You've got to get players. You know, you have to have a skill set, and I think that's really what we've been able to do in the 3 years we've been here, and we've got to continue to do that. Now, we've got a good, solid team, you know, in young kids. We had freshmen and sophomores on the floor in the game today, and Martha, you know, so I think that's a good sign.
How about how you feel about your team heading into the SEC tournament? You know, the 3 seed,
South Carolina, Tennessee, Mississippi State. I feel pretty good about that, you know, and I'm awfully proud of these kids for getting us there. I would have been so disheartened and so really disappointed today if this hadn't turned out this way for these kids, because I know how hard we've had to work, how hard they've practiced to put us in this position. And you know what? I'll say it now. I've said it probably in every press conference. We still haven't played our best basketball. We're still not playing great. We play hard, but we're still not playing great. And so we never get them going and get it together. I mean, I love our chances. And I like our chances any night against anybody, anywhere. So, again, I feel good about my team. Who wouldn't? You're 26-5. You're third all by yourself in the biggest, baddest conference in the country. So I'm awfully proud of my young ladies and my staff.
How much more do you think you have to prove in the tournament to gain that home court or top 4 seed?
I don't think we have to prove a thing. I think the proof's in the pudding. We're 2 free throws away from being 13-3. You know, one against Duke, one against LSU.
You said Duke.
I mean, I'm thinking he'd play for you. Duke's a play for Martha. I'm thinking about Kentucky, yeah. So you're 1 free throw away from, but I'm glad you're paying attention. One from Kentucky, one for Kentucky, one from LSU. Then you're 13-3. And so I just don't think we have to do anything else. I don't know, you know, how you're going to pick at the 3rd place team in the SEC and try to find fault with them not being a top 16 seed. I just think that's crazy to think that that's even possible. So.
What have these seniors meant to the program?
They've meant everything. I mean, it's hard now. You know, Martha and JJ have been our 2 kids that have started. Kendra and Savannah have come off the bench, and you got to give those kids credit. You got younger kids coming in, getting some of their playing time, and so and that's what makes our team so special. The selflessness, the unselfish players, their unselfish behavior. They're all they you know, this one to a fault. She enjoys somebody else having success so much so sometimes she gets to stand around and watch it and being a cheerleader. And so you know, our seniors, tremendous foundation for this year's team. And you know, whenever this ends, this team now becomes, you know, we have 1 senior in Sharice, so then it becomes my Sharice and those sophomores that are going to be juniors. But I really believe I've got some freshmen that are ready to step up in some leadership roles. And that's exciting. You know, I've had 1 or 2 experiences in 30 years where I've had a sophomore be able to be a captain on a team. And I think that opportunity, I think that time is going to be coming next year.
Martha, it's something that you're not used to, the double bye, how you keep yourself occupied the first couple days.
Well, I think, are we going to go over there, like, early and watch a couple games?
We'll go Wednesday night after practice. We'll practice here Tuesday, Wednesday. She's waiting to hear the magic word. Tomorrow's the day off.
Yes, yes.
So
But
we'll have tomorrow off. We'll work out here Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we'll probably head over Wednesday night.
Okay.
We play it Friday night at 8:30, if I'm not mistaken, in the last game. So
Yeah, give it to you.
it's you know what, it's a reward to allow these kids to sit there and be able to watch some games as a 3rd seed and not having to be playing that first night, and then go in that. You know, last year we won the first night, played the next day, but 2 years ago we had to go over there and we got beat, and we went back the next day and sat there and watched games, knowing the season was over. And so that's a real special moment for these kids that they deserve. They've worked hard for it. So my hope is that these kids, and I know they will, they stay hungry. They know there's so much still ahead of us, and that we continue to work hard and get better. Because I think that's the key. You can find some teams at 26-5 that can get real complacent this time of year, and I don't want them to do that. We can get so much better. Martha's best basketball is still in front of her. You know, our whole team. We've got some things we got to fix and get better at.
Gonna make that birthday cake tomorrow. Sweet.
Man, I'm telling you, I'm 54 tomorrow, Martha.
wow.
Yeah. You've had a hand in making me look 74. It sure will be a sweet day. No doubt about it. Today's an awfully sweet day. you know, God is just so good. He's been so good to us. He's blessed us beyond comprehension. What a great team. What a great staff. What an incredible season. We got so much in front of us still, y'all. I mean, there's a lot of basketball left. It's March 1st. If we're doing our job now, we're still playing a month from now. And this team's good enough. That's the thing. They're good enough. But we got a lot of work to do. And that's what's exciting. That's what I'll get up in the morning excited about. I'll go watch the film again. I'll break it down for them. We'll show them the good and the bad and the ugly. And we'll hopefully learn from it.
Any other questions?